They've been waiting for their person and they found their person in you. I was hearing the song Waiting for a Girl Like You by Foreigner. Hearing that song is obviously a huge sign of synchronicity. And I was shuffling the deck and I got the Emperor, the Two of Wands, and the Six of Cups. Literally this person, very strong in their masculine energy, waiting, trying to kind of wonder, like, will they ever find somebody as deeply connected to them as what they would wish for. Their soulmate. Six of Cups is strong soulmate energy, and they found it, and they found it in you. Once they found you, they really wanted to be sure because they've had their heart hurt before. It literally says in the song, this heart of mine has been hurt before, this time I want to be sure. But I'm really getting that this person is so sure about you, so let's just clarify that though. Thank you, Spirit. Well, here's the hurt that they had before, right? The Ten of Crystals. They've been betrayed before. Maybe they've been cheated on in the past, or just really felt like they really trusted somebody and they were very much betrayed by a past person. So I want to just show you how certain they are about you. Thank you, Spirit. Show me how certain this person is about my viewer. Show me how certain. Well, there's the Queen of Wands. So it's like, this is how they see you. They see you as the person that they've been waiting for. They see you as the divine match for them with the Queen of Wands. I really like that. And like, they're willing to take it at the right pace to get to the connection that they want to have. I see the Knight of Stars. I feel like this is a very committed person, because once they know that you are the person, then they are so fully in. And I really just feel like, yeah, this person is really in love with you and really does see you as their person. Let's just get a little more clarification on that, because I want you to see how sure they are. Thank you, Spirit. Show me more about how this person is sure. Thank you, Spirit. Show me more about the surety. The Ace of Crystals. Their mind is clear. They are certain. This also tracks with the song, because at the beginning of the song, the person is like, I have been hurt before, this time I want to be sure. They really want to be completely all in, and they don't want to make a mistake because they want this to be like the last relationship that they're in a good way, right? The final relationship, the one that goes till forever, right? The rest of their lives. And then as the verses progress, there's a line that says, now I know it's right from the moment I wake up to deep in the night. And so now it's like, this person went from they met you, they were like, oh my gosh, I think you're the person I've been waiting for. I want to be sure though. And now I know it's right. I have a lot more to tell you, but first let's do some initials. And I do feel like this could be both yours and their initials. Oh my gosh, look at this. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Like, I'm telling you, they really see you as being the like ideal match, the perfect match, their match, the person that they want to be with. I'll come back to this, but okay, so the initials. I have LGMJRWDETIB. The other thing I was getting about names is that I really feel like at least one of you has double letters in your last name. I don't mean the same letter twice, it's the same letter twice in a row. So for example, in the word letter, T is a double letter, E is not. Let me know how that resonates, but let's talk more about this energy, the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. I'll see you at a part 2. They've been waiting for their ideal match, and they found that match in you. It seems like from the moment they met you, they always had this inkling that you were going to be this very special person in their life, but they took their time to make sure that it was going to be the right match because they really wanted to be sure. But now they are. They're so confident that the two of you are the match. They really see you as their soulmate, and they are so deeply in love with you. So I just want to tell you more about how they see your relationship going. Thank you, Spirit. Tell me more about how, okay, so the Eight of Wands, they really just see this being like the direction that they want to go in. They're so confident that this is the right direction for them. They just want to keep the forward momentum moving with the Eight of Wands. The Empress on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we had the Emperor as the first card of the reading, and then the Empress is here now too. So again, that divine counterpart energy. I also feel like these are like the patriarch and matriarch of the deck, and I just feel like, they want to age with you, right? They want to become their best version of themselves, the complete version of themselves. They want you to become the complete version of yourself, the best version of yourself. And they see that the two of you being together is what's going to help make that happen, especially with the Three of Stars on the bottom of the deck. This is really about collaboration and teamwork. They see the two of you as being a really, really good team. They are serious about building strong foundations with you. Even in the song, it says you're a love that will survive. So they just have this certainty that the relationship is going to last, kind of like being able to handle going through things. There's a maturity to this relationship here too, that these two people can handle so much, and these people really understand how to navigate things and like own their power. Like they have a lot of powerful energy and they become more powerful together. And that's also why there's this survival with the Three of Stars, like this dynamic of always being able to work together. But let's also see if they're right about that. So thank you, Spirit. Show me more about how this like relationship pans out long term. Show me more about this relationship long term. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I see the Knight of Crystals and the Ace of Wands, which to me is like, it does keep on moving. Like it's always moving forward. There's a lot of, it's almost like there's always new beginnings. So even when something is like not working, you can reignite it, get the spark going again. And I also see the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, then the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so whether this can actually work, there's a lot of emotional contentment. It's like wish fulfillment energy here with the Nine of Cups. The romance is enduring. The Star card and the Ace of Cups under there too. Wow. So no matter what you go through, it's like there's always a period of healing. I feel like this relationship also is healing for each person. And again, that love being so enduring. This person is so in love with you, and that love is going to continue to flow. There's a lot of abundant energy here. I really actually like the Wands because it is just a good indication that you can kind of renew. There's a lot of renewal that happens. Even the Magician is also a 1 card. So like this renewal that can happen between the two of you. Oh my goodness, under there is the Lover's card, the Chariot card. It's like you're just always moving forward, always enduring. And I also like that it's showing that it's like an adaptability to change. I feel like these two people have very much a growth mindset as opposed to a fixed mindset. I feel like that's also part of the Knight of Crystals. Like there's this adaptability to change. So even though the dynamics in the world are going to be constantly changing, these two people can come back to relying on the foundation of their relationship so that their love can survive. This is really beautiful. I'm also just picking up a sweetness to this person, and I want to dive into that a little bit more. So let's go to a part 3. This person has a lot of fiery masculine energy, but they are also such a sweetheart inside. I see the Knight of Cups as well. This person is actually quite sweet. And even in this song, I've been waiting for a girl like you, which is the channeled song here, there's a line that says, there's nowhere on earth I'd rather be than holding you tenderly. Like this person just really loves to be cuddled up with you, and yeah, that tender moments, right? They really are such a big sweetheart. So I want to just tell you more about that. Thank you, Spirit. Tell me more about this like sweetheart quality. Queen of Stars. Yeah, they are very nurturing, and they also want to shower you with a lot of love. They want to just make things feel very safe. They want to help you feel very comfortable. And it just also brings this groundedness to this relationship. So yes, there is this fiery, maybe especially people that see them on the outside maybe think that they're kind of tough, and they can be. But with you, they just seem to really soften in a lot of ways, and it's really, really sweet. Also, just talking about like their exterior versus the interior, I'm seeing something about like the deltoid muscle here. So I don't know if that's like an area that's very well defined on them, or an area you find very attractive on them. Maybe they have a tattoo here, or like an injury or a scar here. I just keep on being drawn to literally, and I guess I'm especially touching on my right arm, but yeah, I really feel like there's something going on the deltoid muscle. And while I'm mentioning synchronicities, another thing I was getting is I just really feel like these two people are dog people. Like I almost feel like they're anti-cats. They are dog people. They don't necessarily have to have dogs. But like if they had to choose between dogs and cats, I just feel like these two people are dog people. Another thing I'm picking up about this person is because this person is so sure about you and they are so in love with you. Queen of Crystals. Okay. Yes, this is tracking. Okay. So they're so sure about you and they're so in love with you, and they see you as being such a great match, right? We've seen that repeatedly. The King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Emperor, the Empress. When you express doubts about the relationship, they hear them, and I just feel like it really makes them sad. It's not so much a fear, but a sadness. So it's like with the Queen of Crystals, I feel like there's times when you're maybe bluntness, or your own mind, the way that you're expressing what's on your mind, maybe it could just be softened a little bit, because I feel like you are unintentionally hurting this person at times. It's okay to have doubts in a relationship, but I feel like you need to make sure that the doubts are expressed in a certain way. That just, I think, is something you have to be a little bit more mindful of, okay? That's part of their softness. They might not always tell you how their feelings get hurt by this, but I do feel like they do get sad when you are more casual about or flippant about like what could happen in the relationship. I feel like there's a level where you've gotten a bit more detached from the outcome, which is a good thing, but the detachment can sometimes come off as being apathetic, not caring, and I think you just have to maybe express it a little bit differently to them. I think that would help. Yeah. Now that we're dabbling into the advice side of things, let's talk a little bit more about how to make sure that this relationship is successful, because I really do feel like it's supposed to be, or can be, with the 6 of Wands. So let's do one more part. I'll see you at part 4. This is the relationship you both have been waiting for. This is your victory in love. This can be such a successful relationship with the 6 of Wands. So let's take a look at what you need to know to make sure that it is a success. How to make sure you're setting yourself up for success in this relationship. By the way, my name is Beth, and I am a trauma-informed intuitive tarot reader. I also have my master's in marriage and family therapy. And so while this is definitely not therapy, I do bring that lens to my readings, especially about relationships. And so if that sounds like something that you might benefit from, you can always book a personal tarot reading with me at the link in my bio. I don't DM you, so please don't get scammed, but let's see what you need to know to make sure that this relationship can be successful. I do see the 9 of crystals, so I do feel like a lot of times where you struggle is with your own thoughts kind of getting in the way, right? Like you're most likely an overthinker. We had just seen the Queen of Crystals coming out, and now we see the 9 of crystals. So I just feel like there's times when your thoughts get in the way. And that's okay, right? It's just something to be aware of yourself, and then kind of notice, like, okay, so when you are overthinking, what do you need to do to regain your balance? And how do you also not project that overthinking like onto the relationship or onto them? When you're overthinking, that doesn't necessarily mean that there is something going on that's wrong. Now, I want to be super clear that if you're seeing a bunch of red flags, like that's not what I'm talking about, right? This is more just like the overthinking of like, okay, well, this one thing happened this one time, and like, what if we can't handle that again in the future? And what if all the what ifs, right? And so I just think that's a little bit different. That's actually significantly different from the energy of this person scares me, this person hurts me repeatedly. That's not this energy, right? This reading is about somebody who is very much in love with you, treats you very well, is very, very sweet to you, right? Like, use all the parts to make sure you're applying it to this type of character, okay? Because this person does have integrity. This person has a solid character. So when you, tell me more about what my viewers should do when they're overthinking. Tell me more about what my viewers should do when they are overthinking. So I really feel like, okay, perfect. Thank you, Spirit. I see the Page of Wands. I see the Knight of, I see the Knight of Wands on the bottom of the deck, but I see the Strength card here. So let's talk about these 2 cards first. I feel like, especially the way that these came out, I saw it like this. So I couldn't really see the Strength card. And I saw the Page of Wands. It's really making me think that a lot of times you're overthinking, it is coming from past stuff, younger versions of yourself, especially when you maybe get triggered, which is perfectly okay, totally normal to get triggered in healthy relationships, that you then start to go into like, your survival responses, fight or flight or freeze or fawn. And then you start reacting instead of responding in a situation. And so I think you just have to be aware of like when that's happening and try to come back to yourself so that you can direct your energy in the like heart-centered way that you really want to. And so the fact that the Strength card was a little bit hidden, it's like what you need to do is go into that hidden area of yourself, really dive deep internally and really see like what's going on in my heart space, what's going on where I feel like a little bit powerless all of a sudden for some reason. So it's really like, it's giving these chakras right here. So what do I need to do? How do I make myself feel safe again? And then come back together. Okay, so, and I feel like also make sure that you are communicating that that's happening, and then, you know, step back, regulate, and then communicate again, so that you're not trying to have like deep communication with this person when you are in a triggered state. Yeah, and that's gonna help you to like reground yourself. You find your safety, you reground yourself, and then you can come back in connection and really like progress towards what you want with the Page of Stars, because I really just feel like you do want this relationship. The Page of Stars is also just reminding me of like accepting a proposal, okay? And I also, in the initials, I was noticing how like the word jewel or jeweler is in there, and I just feel like a jewel is coming, right? A ring for your finger. King of Cups. This person, I do feel like this person's going to propose. This is coming. So really, really beautiful. This can be a great relationship for you. And it just takes some work. And that's not because of the being in this relationship. It's honestly what would happen, I think, for you in any relationship. So do this work so that you can appreciate this relationship, because this seems like a really great match.